Look, they haven't locked me up. I'm just at a different place, not my usual studio. It looks like I'm in some crazy white room.
It,
So,
it does look like you're in a cell. You're in a prison cell. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, a little bit. But yeah, they'll let me out eventually. But Butch, it's really great to meet you, mate. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm sitting here in my home studio in Los Angeles. It's 5:30 p.m. I have been mixing a band. I'm producing Silver Sun pickups all day. And I so it like right before this call, I was like, oh, I got to put it on pause and get on my Zoom call here.
Mate,
But it's all good. So I'm busy, man. I'm working a lot.
that's good. I love Silver Sun pickups. I can't wait to hear what that comes out like.
Oh, I love them too, man. They're very good friends of mine. We've made a crazy, sort of a noisy shoegazy record, sort of, but not really. I don't know. It's there's a lot of guitars on the record. That's all I got to say.
Oh man, I'm so keen. I'm so keen to hear that when it drops. But in the meantime, man, I got to say, I've been a Garbage fan since 1995. I'm an old man, but I love what you do, and this new album is just phenomenal. It's a combination of all of the things that you guys have done over the last 30 years. And it's just really honors your path and your journey. So it's called, of course, it's called Let All That We Imagine Be the Light. There we go. I
All
got
that
it
we imagine
eventually.
be the light. Yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
I got there
It's a
eventually.
tough one. All let all that we imagine be the light. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so incredible. I mean, how do you feel that it, sums up your journey?
Well, I feel like the record is a continuation of our last album, No Gods, No Masters,
Mm,
um, which was by far the most social, political record that we have made, and a lot of that's because of Shirley's lyrics. And when we started making this record, I think we wanted to still write about the world that we live in, but we wanted there to be hope and some empathy and optimism. So there's a lot of sort of darkness in the music, but I think Shirley's lyrics are very, I don't know, um, optimistic. And even the first track on the record, "There's No Future in Optimism,"
mm,
is misleading because really what that's about is sitting around going, "Oh, there's no hope, there's no future." But it's a call to get off your butt and do something. And we're not talking about looking at the big picture with the leaders of big countries. It's like, what can you do in your local community? What can you do with your family? What can you do on a small scale that can elevate your world that you live in? So we really wanted there to be hope, I guess,
mm.
more than anything that I can describe. So, but the music is quite dark. It's quite dystopian. There's a lot of sound design on the album, a
Yeah.
lot of synths. Like I did a lot. This is my home studio. I record a lot of analog synthesizers. There's probably more keyboards on this record than any record we've done for a while, just to create mood and stuff. But yeah, I feel like uh, it's a reflection of how Shirley Manson is seeing the world, and she speaks for us as a band, So
That's something I got from it too, was how dark musically it is. But, lyrically, I mean, I think it's a song called Hope that I really love that's on there. And then it goes into Have we met? I believe.
oh, have we met? That's that's one of my favorite tracks on the record.
Yeah. Yeah. The
So
synths.
that's yeah, so that started with here in the studio. Um, I got really fixated on John Carpenter, the director, and because he did all his theme music as a director.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so we wrote this bump up bump 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 bump. I wrote this analog synth thing that we wrote, and then we sent the track to Shirley, and she wrote the song that's really about a very weird personal thing that happened with her. It's all tr a true story. Um, and it's one of my favorite songs because it's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's just it sucks down to this minimal groove in the verse, and Shirley's voice is so compressed and loud, and she's saying that when she's recovering from hip surgery in her bed at home with a handheld mic. And we were thinking, oh, we'll go back and redo this. We'll come back and she can record it in the studio, a proper vocal, and then we just fell in love with it. So, um, yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks on the record.
Mine
Yeah.
too. Mine
Have we
too.
met the void? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Have
great.
you motherfuckers been seeing each other? Have
You could
you motherfuckers been seeing each other?
so good. It's so good. I love it. And of course, there's the symbolism of the octopus. I did see you guys posted about the octopus on the Instagram. How does that tie into the title? I know it's sort of reaching up to the light. Like what? How's that fit in?
You know, when we finished the tour for No Gods, No Masters, the last album, um, Shirley said, "Oh, this is going to be our eighth album, so we should get some eight vibes going." And she goes, "Oh, an octopus has eight arms," and she just wrote octopus on our on the wall in our studio. Not here. We have a studio not
Mm.
too far from here in Los Angeles that we work at, and she goes, "It's eight arms." Okay, hold on. Okay, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. And okay, sorry to interrupt. My dog had to get out. Someone rang the
No, no.
doorbell.
I've usually got my dog with me, but she's not. I'm not in my studio, so that's all good. I get it.
So the octopus came from us feeling like there's it's our eighth album. An octopus has eight arms. There's four of us,
Mm,
and there's something about the octopus that is incredibly amazing. It's a really smart, unbelievably smart animal that's been living for millions of years, way before we have walked the planet as people, and it lives pretty solitary life. And so
mm.
it sort of became a little metaphor, at least for us initially, how we were trying to think of how we would translate these songs. So it was on the wall the whole time we made the record, and then we put in the artwork. We actually were going to call a record that, and then surely we want to change the title. All of the records that the last four records we've had, Not Your Kind of People, Strange Little Birds, No Gods, No Masters,
Mm.
and Let All That We Imagine Be the Light are all lyrics from Shirley's from the songs. And so that's been a thing that we've gone. We take a lyric out of one of the songs and that becomes the album title. So, but the octopus is in there.
I love it. I love it. It's my favorite animal. So I was like, there you go. Love
Well,
it.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Um, I it's hard for me to digest still when we finish the record.
Mm.
I've worked on it so much. I've heard every song, I'm not kidding, 500 times, maybe 1,000 times. And it's mixed and mastered, and then I have to leave it. I have to let it go. Goodbye. Bye, bye, bye. And then I can about in about 6 months I can put it on and appreciate it. But I have let some of my friends come down here in my studio and listen to it. And it's kind of cool for me to step outside the room and let
Mm.
them sit in here and experience the record. And I'm sort of watching them experience it, which is an interesting thing. So
Oh man, I think people are absolutely going to love this record. Like it's so good. And the thing about Garbage, I think you're more punk than the punk bands that are out there. I mean, we're living in really dark times. I mean, you guys over there really, really going through it. And I feel like you guys push back more than some of the punk bands do. Do you feel that, there's a lot of bands out there that have lost that edge to fight back with their art?
Yeah, it's interesting. Whenever cultures get dark or politics get extreme,
Mm,
in the past, I have seen a lot of bands who have been very vocal about it. But I have a feeling right now that a lot of artists are scared to do that.
yes.
They're because of the blowback, whether it's from their fans. Now, especially with social media now, you post one thing and you can get thousands, sometimes millions of people are just going on you because they didn't like something you said.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to have pretty fucking big balls to just like stick to your guns to a certain extent. Um, I, everybody who follows garbage knows we're left leaning. We're humanist. We are anti-violence. We are pro people, pro diversity, pro just just kindness.
Yes.
Just be, whatever. But there's a world out there that is just polarized by um, whatever they think is a direction that they need to follow, or not even follow, but support. So um, I hope that some of our fans will hear this record, and we're not trying to beat them over the head and tell them here's a message you have to do. We want them to just hear a song and then think. So you think, make your own. Everybody has the choice to make their own decisions about what they want to do in their life, who they want to vote for, how they want to live their life. But we, at least, I would like to think that we are writing some songs that might make you think a little bit, if you actually take the time to listen to the record.
Absolutely. And I love that about you. As I said before, like it's something I love about garbage. And of course, well, this is another one. Well, I've got the tab book here. I haven't got the album. But 30 years this year for the
30
self-titled
years,
album.
man. Yeah, coming out, and I know what the date is, August of 2025. That's fucking crazy.
Man, I know.
It's fucking crazy.
And you know what? I love this is me just fanning out for a minute. But I got this tab book and I used to go home from school every single day and jam along with this thing like every
Oh,
day.
right on.
Like,
Right on.
and the biggest thing that it taught me was how to write for space. And that's something that, when everyone was trying to jam sonically everything in, you knew how to, simple guitar parts just gave it so much breathing space. And I think that it paved the way for so much to come after it. Do you feel that about that album, that, it pioneered so much to come?
Yeah, it's funny when you talk about punk. I mean, the first Garbage record was super lo-fi. We had a 24 track, but almost everything, a lot of the early tracks were recorded on an ADAT
Mm,
in Steve's basement, when Shirley first sang there. A lot of like Queer and Stupid Girl were written just on this like these cheap machines, and we ran loops through samplers and then ran them back on the tape. And that first record has a weird sound to it. It's very sort of DIY. Okay, it does not sound like a Steely Dan record. It, it's
yeah.
it's just sort of dirty and lo-fi, and that's been an aesthetic that Garbage has embraced in all of our records. Maybe not in version 2.0. I think we got about as shiny and as produced as we could get, but then we pulled it back. There's a lot of really scrappy, punky moments on the new Garbage record that are just
Yes.
done, recorded really off the cuff. People would laugh if they saw there's an amp over there, turn a mic on and record it really quick. That's it, and it's done. We're not the meticulous producers that a lot of people think we are. I'm more interested in just recording the idea as quickly as I can now. But that first record, uh, there was a lot of pressure on me when we recorded, because I had the success with Nirvana and Smashing Pumpkins, and people were telling me, Butch, don't start a band. Don't start a band, man. You're going to throw away your career. If the band fails, you're fucked. And there was some truth to that, but I had faith in the music we were recording, the songs we were writing, and I had to just jump on, jump on off the cliff to a certain extent and go, I'm gonna ride with garbage and see what happens. And it's 30 years later.
Man, it's so special that journey. I'm so glad that you guys did take that leap because as I said, like one of my favorite bands. I used to jam along with it, and I still do sometimes. I'll crank out the guitar and stuff. Not so much anymore, but another thing you guys, I think I can't remember if it was you or was one of the other guys said that it was important that when you write stuff, you can still strip it back live. So if you went out and played a show and the samplers failed or something, you could still strip it right back to the bare bones. Do you feel that's something that a lot of bands these days miss? They rely so much on like laptops and stuff. Like there was a band, I can't remember which band it was. They had both laptops stolen and they could not play the show because everything was dependent on the laptop.
I yeah, I you know uh, I understand your question. On the first Garbage tour, we played a show in Russia, and then we came across the border where we were supposed to play in Estonia, and the Russians held up all our gear. And the promoter said, "Can you play an acoustic show?" This is back in 95 or 96, I guess, probably,
Mm.
or maybe at that point, maybe 90, it would have been 96. And we're like, we could, I guess. And Shirley said no. She goes, I don't know how to do that with you guys. We've never played like a garbage stripped down acoustic thing. Now, since then, we've played, of course, many radio shows and we've done it, and we do it in the studio, whatever. Um, but I think yeah, even some of the songs we play live now, like Only Happy When It Rains, we strip that back at the start. Duke starts that with a piano. Special is just acoustic guitar at the start. It's not a full-on band thing. We're trying to sort of uh, some of the arrangements live, we try to pull back some of the sound and make it more intimate with Shirley's vocals. So uh, I can sit down and play an acoustic gig anywhere. I'm just playing shaker and percussion.
You do
I don't
more
have
than
to
that.
sing. Yeah, I don't have to sing or play guitars. I'm just gonna be playing hitting a tambourine in the background. So I can do that.
That's amazing. But you've also got Nicole Fiorentino. I always mess up her name. I'm sorry. Nicole Fiorentino used to be
Fiorentino, yeah.
amazing bass player.
No,
She's part.
incredible. She's
Yes.
incredible. Yeah.
How's it jamming with her? She's part of your live band now too. Hey.
Well, we were looking for a new bass player. We just got back from a tour of South America and Mexico, and about I guess so. This would have been maybe 3 months ago. We were looking for a bass player, and Shirley really wanted to have a woman. And I'm in the studio with Brian, and so are some pickups. And Brian goes, "You should get Nicole." I go, I saw Nicole play with the Smashing Pumpkins years ago, and she's fantastic. And he goes, "Here's her text. Just text her right now." And literally, I went, "Nicole, Garbage is looking for a bass player. Are you interested?" And she was, "Oh my God!" And literally, she responded within like 10 minutes, and then got on a chain with Shirley and me, and she is fantastic on the bass, and she's also super cool. Like, okay, I'm playing drums. She's playing. She's got a super heavy duty pocket. The pocket is
Mm.
perfect. And she's singing back vocals now on like 8 or 9 songs with Shirley. Shirley said, "Nicole, can you sing harmonies?" And Nicole said, "Yes, I can." And so she's singing harmonies on 8 or 9 songs at least during in the South American tour. And it's great. It sounds great.
I've
And
only
the biggest thing is she's super cool because it doesn't matter how good you are as a player when you're touring. You're in a van or a plane or a hotel lobby for 22 hours of the day. So you want to hang out with people who are chill.
yes,
She is chill. She's great. I love her.
mate. I've only seen her play live once, and I was just captivated. Just all over the show. She's incredible. So
No, incredible. She makes me as a drummer. I know this because I'm a
yeah.
producer. I know what it's say. I'm just playing. I play basic drum beats. I stick to the parts on the songs. Um, and I can just tell playing with her. She's just got this pocket when she plays. It's so good. It's so good.
So of course, I mean, your studio, you've got Grunge Is Dead. What a great name. So
I'm hearing Grunge Is Dead right now. So
oh,
yeah.
that's it there. Okay, I thought it
Yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah.
separate from your head. Okay, that's cool.
Mm.
I love the name. But has there been any bands that you've been wanting to work with, like modern bands that you'd want to drag in there? You know, you said Silver Sun Pickups is the latest one. Is there anyone else?
Now people ask me that all the time, who's your dream band to work with? I don't really I don't even think like that. I just sort of move from project to project. I'm doing I've been doing more sort of sound design and music for film than I have producing lately. But I will say this, the one artist who I always wanted to produce, and I was very close to doing it, was Neil Young.
Wow.
When we were doing uh, the documentary film with Dave Grohl, Sound City, there was we had a session book with Neil Young to come down to LA to go to the Foo Fighters studio, and we were going to record. And James Brown, the engineer, were there ready to go. Everything was set up. We had anything Neil would want. Dave Grohl was going to be there, and Krist Novoselic. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, if Neil plays with Dave and Chris, he's going to say, "This sounds pretty good. Let's go on tour." Because they're fucking badass rhythm section, man. They're crazy horse on steroids, right? But the day that he was supposed to show up, Neil had to go. He had just put a book out or something. He had to go. He was on a book tour and he couldn't make it. We were so bummed. I was so
Oh man.
bummed. I was going to record with Neil Young, with Dave Grohl and Chris Novoselic as the backing band. It would have been incredible, but it didn't happen. So that's the only session that I can really think I'm like, oh man, so disappointed it didn't happen.
Oh, that's a bummer, man. That's a bummer.
I'm a
Who
huge
knows?
Neil Young fan, and I know, I'm telling you, if he played like two songs with Chris on bass and Dave on drums, he went, "This sounds pretty good. Let's go on tour. Let's go rock and roll." Seriously,
That would have
it would
been
have
wild.
happened, and they would have been a three-piece band touring all over the place. Anyway, it didn't happen.
Ah, well.
Maybe it still could. I don't know.
Fingers
We'll see.
crossed. Fingers crossed. Just make the call,
Fingers
bro.
crossed. Yeah.
You Butch Vig, you could just call up anyone. Just get your asses up
Yeah.
here, you know.
Yeah. I wanted to see it happen. Didn't happen.
Oh well. But do you know what I want to see happen? I want to see Garbage come back to Australia. It's been too long, bro.
We're on a U.S. tour the end of August through the end of October or early November, and we're talking about coming to Australia in November, December. So we're
Oh,
working on dates right now. It hasn't been confirmed, but we haven't been there since pre-COVID, man. It's been a long time, been like 6 or 7 years since or even longer since we've been there. So
longer.
um, I love Australia. It's the very first promo tour I did when the first Garbage record came out. Sure, they sent Shirley to Europe, and
Mm.
they sent me to Australia, and I fucking loved it. I had like a 5 or 6 days down there just doing press in Melbourne and Sydney and wherever, and it was just doing interviews and then going out to dinner, hanging out with the from the label Mushroom and our promoters from Frontier and whatever. And God, it was so much fun. And we Garbage has had great shows there, and we miss it. So fingers crossed, man. We're going to be there later this year in 2025.
I might have to do the run. I'll follow you right through to make up for that
Where are
lost
you?
time.
Where are you in the
I'm on the
what
Gold.
city are you in?
Well, I'm on the Gold Coast, which
In
is
Brisbane? Brisbane?
close to Brisbane. So I
Okay,
usually
cool.
go
Yeah.
Brisbane, but you know, who knows? I'll be there, and I'll start there wherever it starts, and I'll do the follow. That'd
All
be
right. Well,
amazing.
fingers crossed it's going to happen.
I know. Don't get my hopes
We're
up.
that's what our plan is to make it there at the end of this year. So
Oh man, that'd be amazing. But Butch, it's been incredible talking to you today. Thank you so much, man. Like as I said, as a fan for so long, this new album's incredible, and I can't wait for the rest of the world to hear it because I feel very lucky that I've heard it. Please do
All
me,
right, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you pull out the void.
yeah,
Have we met? Have we met? It's like, have you motherfuckers been seeing each other? It's like that's the end of the song. That's like the fist in the face, man.
yeah, man, I love it. Great.
Only Shirley Manson can write a song like that.
Oh no, it's so good. It's so good. But mate, thanks so much. Oh, do me a favor. Let everybody else know in the band, let Steve and Duke and Shirley, that I love the album and I send all my love. And thanks for still kicking on.
I will, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll have all the links down here. Enjoy your day.